So, moin Leute und damit willkommen zurück zu einem neuen Livestream, zu einer Live-Reaction sozusagen, ja, zum Landwirtschafts Simulator 25. So, ich muss mal das gerade hier, das nehme ich mir hier einmal und ziehe das hier einmal schnell rüber. Ja, und genau, ich habe jetzt gerade diesen ganzen Tüdelüt, was vorher noch immer ist mit Uhr und so, habe ich jetzt mal alles weggelassen. Nehmt es mir nicht übel. Aber ich bin im Moment irgendwie sehr, sehr erschöpft. Und ja, hab dann gerade eben noch mal ein bisschen geschlafen. Das heißt, ähm, ich bin jetzt gerade nicht die hellste Kerze auf der Torte, um es mal so zu formulieren, jetzt für einen gewissen Augenblick. Deswegen nehmt es mir nicht übel. Ich könnte mir gut vorstellen, dass der Livestream sogar auf Englisch dann übertragen wird. Das heißt, das wird dann auch noch spannend. Aber ich bin gespannt. So, in einer Minute soll es losgehen. Ich hoffe, ich habe hier schon das richtige Audiogerät ausgewählt, ja. Nicht, dass denn hier wir am Ende gar nichts hören. So, dann könnten wir entsprechend auch nochmal. Na. Ah. So. Ton haben wir auf jeden Fall. Hm. Okay. So, also ich bin auf jeden Fall sehr gespannt. Was dann auf jeden Fall alles gezeigt wird. Ich wollte generell nochmal hier ins Studio rein. Irgendwie komme ich mit YouTube immer noch nicht 100% klar mit den Livestreams. Das dann irgendwie... Bei mir ist es immer dann derselbe Livestream im Prinzip. Wollen wir mal bearbeiten. Ah, schön. Ändern. Gehen wir doch mal zu dem. So, und dann auch mal hier aktualisieren. Bei den RNW, ich weiß auch nicht, das ist ein bisschen ärgerlich so. Flop, flop. So. Zack. So, aber etwas mehr als 2 Minuten habe ich noch. Ja, State of the Farm ist der Titel des Ganzen. Ja. Ah, okay, also Precision Farming First Gameplay haben wir erstmal. Dann State of the Community and more. Und The Cultivators Program, okay. Was jetzt mit den einzelnen Sachen gemeint ist, kann ich euch ehrlich gesagt auch nicht beantworten. Da bin ich selbst mal gespannt. Aber... keine Ahnung. So. Dann, okay. Schauen wir hier einmal. Jo. Naja. Gut. Mal schauen. In 50 Minuten geht das los. Also ich bin am meisten gespannt, glaube ich, auf die Fahrgassen. Ich habe mir schon mal so Gedanken gemacht, wie das geregelt sein könnte. Ich könnte mir gut vorstellen, dass es irgendwie dann mit dem GPS, was ja neu im LS25 ist, dass das damit irgendwie dann kooperiert, sozusagen technisch. Dass man erst ansät und dann einfach nach der Aussaat eher so ein Menü hat, wo man sagt, Fahrgassen anlegen und dann spawnen die einfach auf dem Feld. Könnte mir sehr gut vorstellen, dass sie es leider einfach nur so simpel eingebaut haben. Aber cool wäre es natürlich, wenn man richtig dann solche Einstellungsmöglichkeiten hätte wie in Proceed, so in abgespeckter Version, ne? Das wäre auf jeden Fall richtig cool, aber kann ich mir ehrlich gesagt leider nicht so vorstellen. Sieht man ja jetzt auch bei dem GPS. Das ist auch deutlich weniger umfangreich als natürlich die GPS-Mod, die wir sonst so in den Vorgängerteilen hatten, ne? So, gleich geht das los. Jetzt geht das los.
What's up, everybody? Hello, hello.
Auf Englisch, habe ich doch gesagt.
State of the Farm Stream. Kermit Ball with you, and I've got over here, this way, Benny over here with me as well.
Thank you, Kermit, for introducing me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having you here too, and hello to everyone on Twitch and on YouTube. Nice.
Yeah, we're excited.
Stimmt, auf
about this.
Twitch streamen die auch noch, ja.
I've been kind of working behind the scenes, not just us. We've had help along the way as well. Shout out to Walker and also Marcel and others who have been helping us through this process. So we've put together kind of a new format for a future, well, a now present and ongoing series of streams that we're going to call State of the Farm. So can you tell us a little bit about the streams, Benny, and like what we're going to be covering in them?
Yeah, the idea of the State of the Farm stream is to get in contact with the community directly and to give like an actual state of the game, of what's going on, what we're looking forward to.
Ah, okay.
What's next and all this.
Also nicht nur aufs Precision Farming DLC bezogen, sondern wir kriegen wahrscheinlich auch noch ein paar andere nette Informationen.
You can tell some bullet points what we're going today for and what we
Okay. Ja, okay.
So we're going to do a few different things. We're going to talk about the state of the community here first. So we're going to talk about the state of the game, patches, bugs, things like that that have been ongoing. We're going to talk about the new Cultivators program, which will replace our Ambassador program. That'll come up later. We're also going to show the first gameplay of precision farming. That's probably the one that people are most excited for, right, Benny? But there's a few other cool topics too. We've collected community content and also questions on our Discord server, so we have some artwork to show you, some photos of real-life farming and farm sim, and then we're also going to take a few questions at the end, and there's several other segments
zu dem Community Cultivators haben sie schon einen Blog-Eintrag auf der Website jetzt tatsächlich.
Yeah, so there will be some giveaways during a segment we're calling Guess the Machine. So we're going to put your knowledge of how many machines you've used in Farming Simulator 25 to the test. Basically, you'll see it later. Stick around for the stream, but it'll be like a blurry picture that will slowly become clear over time. First person on Twitch to answer that will get a prize. What is our prize, by the way, Benny?
I think we have free pictures of free vehicles or tools that you have to write down as first person, and the first person writing this on Twitch, we will later mention that, will get, for the first two pictures, I would say an exit key.
Okay.
And for the third picture, we will go with Year 1 Season Pass.
Yeah.
Does it sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alter, okay,
just
das
remember,
ist krass.
We're of course live on YouTube and Twitch. We'll explain that later. it's not easy for us to DM someone on YouTube. That option isn't there, so unfortunately the machine guesser thing will be for Twitch only. We'll explain that all when we get there. So let's get started then, Benny, with the state of the community. So Farming Simulator 25 came out back in November, so now at this point, you know, we're approaching almost 6 months of the game being out, and of course we saw some
Ja, das ist echt krass, ne? Also, das ist jetzt schon 6 Monate draußen, LS25. Ich kann mich noch daran erinnern, als er gerade rausgekommen ist.
Yeah, right. You have to see a game starts, and usually it's not the perfect start for every direct thing in the game, but we are looking for every time new patches that you can get the best out of the game, that we can progress with it, and we hear your concerns about bugs, we hear your things. We love to see you using the bug tracker. We already mentioned this in a blog in February, March, where we talked about how patches go out, how we work on patches, and this is something we want to mention again, that you're a part of solving some issues for us, because you play the game in like thousands of you out there, and we really appreciate your work around helping us, giving QA team, developers team some info about present bugs. And yeah, we're testing too, but this is some effort you've made as well, because we are now with 1.7 a few weeks ago, and we're looking forward to the next patch, but game will always improve, and we're working for you to have the best experience around the game. And we hear your concerns, and please let us know. This is a big thing, right, Kermit?
Yes, for sure. And as you mentioned, the next one's right around the corner. Look for the next patch to come along with Precision Farming launch, or right around that range, at least maybe a day or so before. We're not quite sure yet, but right around Precision Farming coming out. Which, again, if you missed it at the beginning of the show, we're going to show you the first gameplay of Precision Farming later on in the stream.
Yeah, this will come later.
Yeah, don't go in.
Natürlich.
Miss that. But I want to go back to an important thing that you said, Benny, about the community being there to help us out. You know, of course, like you and I as the community representatives, we're the ones that are kind of the go-between for Giants and the community themselves. So we get a lot of this feedback from players, and some of it more constructive than others, of course. It's important for us to remind you that, like, Benny and I are more than happy to listen to your constructive criticism, and we want the game to be the best it can be. We want bugs to be resolved, right? But we need to do this in a professional manner. So shout out to all of you who have done a great job in helping us, because for Benny and I, we're not developers. We're not the ones putting the code in and things like that, but it is our job to escalate these things that you bring to us. And I want to shout out Benny as well, who's not even been with us a year. And Benny, you're doing a great job as well of organizing all of that on your side in the German office. And this stream is part of like our renewed efforts as a community team to kind of have a new start, keep the things that we're working well, but we want to try some new things as well. And so I want to shout out the work you've been doing since you joined as well. So it's a team effort across the board, whether you're a Giants partner, you're an ambassador, you're a future cultivator, or you're just a fan of the game. It doesn't matter. We want to hear that feedback from you so that we can make this the best game it can possibly be, because that matters to us as well. So thanks everyone for your support, and as Benny said, continue to use the bug tracker. Anything else to say about patches and bugs at this point?
Yeah, I just want to thank you also for your shout out, and yeah, please make sure you can always use your channel of your choice. So if it's Discord, write us on Discord, write in the dedicated channels for it. But always the bug tracker is a perfect spot to bring it directly to the developers team, QA team. Just want to mention that everyone is working on it together, and thanks for your help.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Ich glaube, ich auch mal mit Jan was gemacht, aber
distinguish between like what's a bug and what's like a suggestion, right? So if you're in the game and you see something going wrong with the, like, let's just for an example say you have a tractor and the wheels aren't showing for some reason. That is a bug.
Das wäre natürlich nicht so gut.
Tracker to report. If you contact Benny or I, we're most likely going to be like, please use the bug tracker so that the development team sees that. But if you have a suggestion that's more like, hey, Precision Farming just came out, and I really like the tram lines, but maybe you could make the tram lines look a little bit different on the ends. That's just an example, but that's more of a suggestion. Bring that kind of stuff to us. We'll take it to the developers. bugs in the bug tracker are the best place so that the team can make sure that they're being resolved in a timely manner. All right.
That's it. Yeah, sorry
on.
to interrupt you, but that's a good example. I think it was last week. I had a conversation with the German community just about things they would like to see in the game, and we talked to each other, exchanged ideas, and this is something we really appreciate. There's not always space and time for those things, but we try to get some space for it and make sure that we can hear you and you feel like heard.
Yeah. Well said.
Sorry, thanks.
No, you're
Next.
good, man. So,
okay.
Moving on from patches and bugs, another thing that we want to point out during the State of the Community, and maybe you've missed it, is we have new emotes available over on Discord. We have several. Here on Twitch, we were able to upload only 5 of them for all users to join, and there I am sharing all of them in chat on Twitch now. Sorry, YouTube, no emotes over there. But you've got a few different ones. You've got the Pog Cow, the Cow Heart.
Okay, also ganz so bin ich da auch nicht drin. Aber was genau jetzt Emotes sind und so, aber ich werde einfach mal schauen, was sie da mit diesem Bild angesprochen hatten. Ich mache das hier einfach mal kurz leise. Was sie mit dem Bild gesagt hatten auf Twitch, dass man da dann irgendwie was in den Chat reinschreiben soll, wenn man das erkannt hat, und dann kann man da ja was gewinnen oder so. Mal schauen. Vielleicht hat man ja mal Glück.
White horses, can you make my own emote? And check it out in the Discord, I have my own emote because I want to see this white horse. But yeah, I like to see how many people use now these emotes, and we orientated ourselves obviously with the paper emotes, but yeah, I really like the result of it.
Yeah, there's like, what, 15 or so on Discord. There's a lot more of a selection over there. We picked out like the 5 best ones to add to Twitch, so that's kind of where we're at. Emotes are great. Shout out to the art team. Great job on that. Are we missing anything for the State of the Community section? I feel like
I would like to give it, also give it. Yeah, because
ja, okay, das ist jetzt schon der Teil State of the Community.
Again,
Okay.
Because we are all talking about mods. When will my mod come out? Things like that. We published over 2,000 mods on this day, on this minute, or nearly 2,000 mods, sorry. And this is including 80% console mods. So we are aware of testing your new mods, and we're looking forward to get more and more. But our team is hard working on those mods, and I mean, now precision farming will arrive soon, and people are very excited about us. All told me, oh, now I can start FS25 because now precision farming is here, or now there are a lot of mods. And I want to say, when Farming Simulator 25 started, there were a lot of concerns about no mod maps are there, or no mod maps got tested, and now we are with over 40 mod maps, so this is also something I want to mention and give a shout out to QA team.
Ja, mit einmal sind sie alle gekommen, ne? Das war echt verrückt.
We do our mod hub in the game where you can download them and play in your safe game on your own style. And this is something I want to raise here and mention because we're doing good now and we will do better. We hear your concerns about, my mod is not getting tested. But here as well, we have published a blog about that, how mod testing is working.
Ich hatte meine Presse umgebaut, hatte ich hochgeladen. Oh, ich glaube, das hat irgendwie, für so eine kleine Mod hat das, glaube ich, irgendwie gefühlt 2 Monate gedauert, bis da mal irgendwie stand, dass sie überhaupt angefangen wird zu testen. Also, das war echt krass.
It may seem like mods are taking a longer time, and I believe that is true, but like it's just because so many of them have been submitted. It's quite insane that we're even able to get out as many as quick as we have. If you want to know the true count, hit up DJ Goham, who was telling me the math about it recently. He's making videos over on YouTube all the time about mods, so he's got his hands on the pulse of the modding community better than most out there. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was crazy to hear that, because yeah, you get a lot of those comments that there's just not enough.
So, ich hoffe, ihr habt gleich weiterhin Ton. Ich will nämlich immer auf die Kopfhörer wechseln.
And when a new one comes out, you kind of have to change your play style, or you got to wait until some of those mods come out. There's really no wrong way to handle it.
So, jetzt hört ihr einmal nichts mehr. Und gleich hört ihr wieder was. Jetzt hört ihr wieder was.
with the mod spotlight segment, which will be coming up later. Anything else, Vinny, you would like to share for the state of the community section before we move on to the next segment?
I think that's it. Last words here. Yeah, feel free to leave your comments on our social media posts, on our Discord. Use the bug tracker to help us with bugs you actually engage in the game. But in the end, thanks for everyone. Thanks for your help. I think this is a big community getting together of modders, players, content creators, and us. And I really appreciate it to see how it's working here. So we will have this format many times more to check it out and talk to you.
Ja, das finde ich halt das richtig Schöne an Giant Software. Die werden zwar immer größer und so und kriegen immer mehr Mitarbeiter, aber versuchen halt trotzdem immer noch so dieses familiäre Gefühl, ja, dann zu nutzen, ne? Ich sehe schon auf Twitch jetzt einen Trailer. Ah. Ja, okay. Ja, das ist halt der Trailer jetzt wieder zum Nexat-Pack. Weiß nicht, die wollen ja, glaube ich, jetzt da auch einen Key irgendwie für verschenken, ne? Oder verlosen, besser gesagt. Da hatten ja viele gedacht, dass mit dem DLC dann Fahrgassen reinkommen. Aber mit Precision Farming hat nämlich keiner gerechnet. Selbst ich nicht. Also das Nexat DLC brauche ich halt nicht so, deswegen. Das reizt mich persönlich eher ein wenig so.
I love that classic music so much. So we're gonna have so we're gonna have some B-roll playing behind us for Nexat now as we kind of sit here and talk about it. So Benny, I want to know. So I saw something funny happen when Nexat came out. All right. So I'll explain it here in a moment. But what I was seeing was people like saying like, "Oh, we don't care about the Nexat in Germany. We don't use that here." And then I'm like, "Nope, it was created by Germans." Like in Germany, I was seeing people saying that in comments to the Nexat. So I'm curious, from you being the German community representative at Giants, like how did they receive it? Considering that there's this thought, at least, that like, oh, this is only for American farms and giant fields.
Yeah, I would say there are a lot of parts of Germany where the machine won't fit. I don't know, more southern parts of Germany where you don't have like these actual grand landscapes. But overall, there's some northern parts in Germany where it's maybe a good fit. People can check out Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. There are some areas where you have like a lot.
Ja, das stimmt tatsächlich. Da habe ich von Landwirt in MV, von dem Hannes, habe ich irgendwie, ich glaube, der hat ein kurzes Vorstellungsvideo zu dem gemacht, aber in MV scheinen die Dinger wohl doch durchaus auch mal zum Einsatz zu kommen, ne? Also, ja.
I've seen the Nexat on the testing field in Germany as well, and it's working well. So I think it's a deal in Germany too, but there are a lot of people playing our game on smaller
Trotzdem
maps,
sehe ich halt irgendwie nicht so den Sinn da drin.
like, okay, this heavy machine. I mean, it costs
Und es war ja auch, glaube ich, so, dass da sehr viel Kritik ausgeübt wurde, weil es irgendwie angeblich nicht so eine geeignete Karte dann dafür gab, um das DLC überhaupt nutzen zu können, aber ja, keine Ahnung.
There's not like every perfect map for this vehicle, but
guck, da
put together fields. We saw this in the last live stream with Stefan. He put together on Hutan Pantai some fields. Was it Hutan? No, it was Riverbend Springs, where you then can actually.
Also Hutan Pantai hätte mich gewundert, ehrlich gesagt. Weil da ja eigentlich eher kleinere Felder sind, ne?
As well, after we had some bugs there, but in the end, I think there are now, I already mentioned it, like over 40 maps where you can find a perfect fit of a mod map maybe, where the Nexat fits for you. But in the end, I think.
Aber mir fällt gerade auf, vielen Dank an die paar Zuschauer, die jetzt bei mir hier zuschauen. Also wirklich vielen Dank. Freut mich, dass das Ganze doch irgendwie bisschen, ja, Einklang findet hier. Oh, das ist auch eine schicke Szene hier, muss man ganz ehrlich sagen. Aber das freut mich auf jeden Fall, dass ihr mit dabei seid und ich hoffe, es gefällt euch und ihr seid genauso gespannt dann aufs Precision Farming DLC. So, und jetzt ist einer gerade weggegangen. Okay, dann sei es so.
People could enjoy that and people could really appreciate it as well. And now if I see this footage again, I really love the details about it.
I think that,
what do you think?
Yeah, no, you're spot on with the things you said. And what I thought was, it was necessary for us to put this in the game, like once it was announced as like a real life thing, right? Like, say what you want about it not being traditional tractor, and I get why people love the feel of a traditional tractor. They're used to their brands. They're used to sitting in the seat of their tractor. I get that if it's not for you. But if you're into Farming Simulator for the machines specifically, like once this thing was announced, it was like, we've got to get this in there. And people question like why it took so long. But I mean, deals can take varying lengths, right? And this one was such a cool one. It was such a unique piece of machinery and all the implements that go together with it that it was gonna have to be its own standalone thing. So it makes, I think, in my opinion, the perfect first pack for the year one season pass of Farming Simulator 25, because it just is that awesome technology that's involved in it. It's something unique, something different, and it's visually pleasing as well. Like if you're a content creator or you're just someone who appreciates the machines, like it makes for good on-screen presence as well. It's just such a cool machine. I saw a comment in chat, Benny, saying, why are you showing this? We already know about this. Show us something new. Don't worry, person, and everyone else who's wondering that. We'll show you something new here in a bit that you haven't seen before. But yeah, I think for overall, the reception was pretty well. It was pretty good. I think there's still people that aren't going to use it because it doesn't suit them, and that's fine. That is going to be everything in Farm Sim, right? Like the beauty about the game is that there's so many different machines, types of machines, different ways to get the same job done, that really it's up to you to kind of tailor your gameplay to fit what you enjoy, what you have the most fun with. So yeah, I think it's a great one. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right. So should we move on now? Have you said?
Yeah, let's move on and get
yeah,
closer
people
to
want
the
to see the new stuff, right? All right, cool. So, Benny, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one, because next we're going to talk about some streamers in Japan who have kind of made the waves.
Aha, okay. Ja, im Prinzip warten wir jetzt einfach, sind alle so auf die ersten Szenen vom Precision Farming DLC, ne?
I think for me as a community manager, this felt like something mentionable, because in March we saw a big peak and a big spike of people streaming our game, and these were actually some people from Japan. And then I was like checking, okay, who is it? And I had some contact with our distributor Sega there, and we talked about all these things, and I was like, okay, who is it? And I've checked all these things out, and yeah, really appreciated that they organically found their way to the game. And were two streamers. One called Kaizen, maybe some of you know him, he's famous for League of Legends, and I don't know the other name, I couldn't,
say it in English, basically,
in Japanese, I think it's Noborman TV, and we brought you 2 clips of them, and I really just want to share it with all you guys here in the community stream, because it's funny to see other people from around the world playing our game, getting together in a multiplayer session and just enjoying the fun of the game and play it like a casual gamer. I mean, out there, there are a lot of players playing our game very realistic, and it's totally fine. It's your way how to enjoy your game, enjoy Farming Simulator 25.
Es gibt viele auch, die sonst gar nicht so mit Landwirtschaft was zu tun haben oder so, generell nicht mit dem Simulatorenbereich. Keine Ahnung, sowas wie jetzt Paluten oder so. Aber die spielen dann einfach das. Ja, okay.
I think these both are playing all together. I mean, it's a classic situation. You're close to the train and you're on the rails. I don't want to say that's never happened to me.
Ja, aber trotzdem check ich gerade nicht so, warum die jetzt hier den Livestream mit sowas verschwenden, die Zeit. Aber gut. Was ja eigentlich für Precision Farming jetzt sein sollte. Naja, gut. Mal schauen, was noch passiert. Ja, aber das ist mir tatsächlich auch schon passiert. Also jetzt nicht so schlimm, aber...
Just the funny clips. This is Kaizen, I would say. He's very famous in Japan, and yeah, we really appreciate to see those people coming organically to our game. And I also had some facts about Japanese agriculture, because I didn't know. So there are over 50% of the agricultural land that is used is planted with rice. This was something, or cultivated.
Okay, das ist krass.
Something I didn't know. I mean, I could imagine that there is planted a lot of rice, but at the end, yeah. And yeah, what was the second fact? Let me look up. Yeah, it's like a very low percentage of the gross domestic product in Japanese agriculture, all in all. Wow. So really appreciate to see people over there playing our game, represent agriculture. And with our game, we also, with 25, we also had this East Asian look map like Kutan Pantai. We had rice with new crops. So love to see that this especially triggered maybe some of their streamers to get involved into the game and try out agriculture and their natural habitat here in this way.
I'm going to play, let's just watch the two clips again as we finish off this segment, but I wanted to say there was a comment in chat as well, like, why are you focusing on Japanese streamers in this segment and not European ones? But I just want to point out that the reason that we're highlighting this and putting a spotlight on it is because it's something that's rather new. We've had fans in Japan for a long time now, but the game is making like a market growth now in Asia. And that's partly because of Giant's efforts to decide to start self-publishing. Our publishing department came in, had to set up new relationships as they went along. And like you said a moment ago, we're now working with Sega in Japan to help with our publishing and our distribution efforts there. So for us, Farming Simulator 25 was the first time that we really put forth like a specific effort in trying to grow the game more in Asia. Of course, Hutan Pantai was part of that. But for us to see these streamers that we didn't do a paid promotion with them,
das war irgendwie klar. So rum ist leiser. Die versuchen halt irgendwie wirklich die Leute auf dem ganzen Planeten zu erreichen, ne? Deswegen wird das für uns Europäer hier oder gerade für uns Deutsche natürlich nicht mehr so interessant dann. Beziehungsweise man probiert es mal aus, aber dann ist das halt auch nichts mehr Neues, ne?
One last thing and then let's go to the next segment. But I did an influencer content creator campaign for the last couple of games now and all of the DLCs. But for Farming Simulator 25, there was something like 175 countries and territories that on this campaign got views on Farming Simulator. There's only like 200 or so countries, I think, worldwide. So like we have reached viewers almost everywhere with this game. And I think that's a really cool thing. As a fan of the game, as an employee, and now at Giants as well, it's awesome to see everyone falling in love with Farming Simulator. All right, so our next segment, we're going to talk about events now, Benny.
Aber jetzt wird es wahrscheinlich wieder ein Ticken spannender.
We have a couple of things to talk about. Where should we start?
Maybe with the next upcoming event. Should be PAX East, and you're there, right?
Yeah, so we don't have anything to show you on screen for this, but PAX East is coming up really soon. It's like 2 weeks from this Thursday, I believe. 1 week. Holy cow. Yeah, it's getting close. We're really close. Let me double check that. Yeah, it's on May 8th through the 11th. We'll be in Boston for PAX East. I know that DJ Goham, Farmer Klein, and Farmer Kopp will all be there, gold and silver partners of Giants. And we always have other people from the community, including Dale Champ and others that come.
Ja gut, also das sind ja irgendwelche anderen Sachen, ne?
I'll be there along with two of our event
So, ich bin mal gerade weg.
We're going to be showing off Farming Simulator 25. We'll have Precision Farming to show off. It'll be releasing like the first day of PAX as well. Yeah, so all of that, and we're going to hang out together. So come on by, come to the booth if you're in the area or you're making the trip to PAX. We're looking forward to that one. I love that event. It's one of my favorite ones to do each year. So really looking forward to getting together.
Why is it your favorite? Why is it your favorite?
Well, like, it's one of my favorites because, like, for one, PAX East is really easy to navigate. The entire show is all in one expo hall. We have a great spot, like, in the middle,
nice.
so we get a lot of foot traffic from people. Boston itself is a lovely city, too. It's not like a standard U.S. city. It's actually more European in how it's laid out because it's not on a grid system and things like that, which can make for bad traffic. So try to walk on foot when
Ich hoffe, ich habe jetzt nicht so viel verpasst.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it. The event itself is good. It's really easy to work. The community that shows up, you get a lot of people who come to PAX East, and it's their like one event a year to decide what games they're going to buy for the year following. So it's really cool to connect with the people again. I would say that's why it's one of my favorites. And DJ pointed it out. They've moved it from March to May, so it should be warmer this time too. So this year, maybe more excited than ever because the weather should hopefully be pretty pleasant as well. Let's talk about maybe a past event really quick and show off some of these graphics. Look at those two guys right there.
I know them. Yeah, Llama and Birmingham 2025. It was in early January. We got together there with a lot of creators, a lot of cool things, and this was my first agriculture show, so something very special for me to see more and more machines and vehicles in person, in comparison to me, to myself. So this was wonderful, to have a lot of chats there. And we were invited by a cool meeting from Farmer community meetup he made. We met a lot of you out there, and yeah, I would say and highlight or point out those events because we as Giants attend on a lot of events, and we have a great event team supporting all of this. And this is something we should mention, that anywhere you will find someone of Giants at an event, if it's gaming related or agriculture related, I think we are close to it or will be there, and you can always come around, test our game, talk to us, talk to the team, and this is something very special. And Birmingham was cool. It was kind of cold and busy, but it was a great experience, right?
Can I interrupt? Should we blow the cover, blow his cover here of who's in the Rosie outfit in this picture on screen? Because someone's like,
boah, Alter, jetzt sind die schon bei 1400 Zuschauern ungefähr. Jetzt mit YouTube und Twitch zusammen.
To the Rosie suit with us.
I just remember that he was unable to see anything, and he was like walked around by some of our Giants and players, and we were like, yeah, take pictures there, and they was okay. But I think you saw him in the costume, and you were like, okay, this is.
Oh,
who is it?
I did not. Yeah, I forgot about that story. Like, I didn't know that DJ got in the suit. It happened when I like went off away from the booth to do an interview or something, and I came back, and it took me all of 1.5 seconds to be like, "That's DJ in the Rosie outfit, isn't it?" Because it was
obviously
Rosie with the energy and mannerisms of DJ Coham. So it was easy for me to tell. I just said that PAX East is one of my favorite events, but I have to say, of all of the events I've done, even more so than FarmCon, no offense, but for me being the English-speaking community guy, Llama is what I felt like is like our biggest event for English speakers. And
okay, habe ich jetzt so tatsächlich gar nichts von mitbekommen.
I got to do together on stage, and we got our partners as well that helped us with the stage program. It was really awesome. Just
aber scheint wohl auch wieder eher ein Event gewesen zu sein, wo irgendwelche Leute halt von Giant Software waren, irgendwelche Content Creators und irgendwelche Community-Leute, sag ich mal.
As well, but Mr. CDP and Farm Sim Guy, like all the big names in the English-speaking creator world are at Llama. It was a great time. Maybe now we talk about another event that's a little bit farther into the future.
Yeah, right.
And of course, our biggest one of the year, and that's FarmCon.
Obviously, and the most important.
Yeah, okay.
We're talking about FarmCon 25. This will be at the Innovation Center in Kundl, Austria. Is located near Innsbruck. What we have to offer, Kermit?
So July 5th and 6th. July 5th and 6th.
Right.
Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday 10 to 2. But this is going to be a big one. Of course, we'll be there celebrating Lindner at their facility, but also giving you panels about the development of the game, you'll probably see some stuff about the upcoming Year 1 Season Pass content as well, of course. Special activities for all ages, some interactive panels, QA sessions where you can ask developers your questions as well. And yeah, if you sign up for your ticket, get a goodie bag as well. But it's really like just the best place to be if you're a farm sim fan. I get that it's tough for some people depending on where you're on the world. It's expensive to travel, especially these days. It's tough to get out, but I would recommend that at least once in your life, if you're a farming simulator fan, that you make the journey, the pilgrimage to come to FarmCon. Because as much as I love Llama, as much as I like PAX East, like at those events, there are people there for other things. At FarmCon, everyone that's there is there because of their love for the game. They either work on the game, they're a modder, they're a content creator, or they're just a community member, a fan of the game. So highly recommend you go get your tickets now. Actually, let me see if I can...
Nochmal schön ein bisschen Eigenwerbung machen.
It's not an argument to buy your ticket. Just Google Kundl and the location in the Alps of Austria. Then you maybe are like, yeah, okay, I will go on vacation after FarmCon as well and just enjoy my time there, because it's like a very beautiful location this year.
Oh yeah, it's hard to argue with being.
Ich glaube, Austria ist ja Österreich, ne?
For FarmCon this year.
Ich habe das früher, glaube ich, immer mit Australia verwechselt, was dann Australien wäre.
Now is the moment, I think, that most people.
Aber 100% sicher bin ich mir nicht.
Just post the Eventbrite link into the
Yes,
chat.
please do that.
I mean, this is the German one, but you can.
It should change, yeah.
.com instead of .de, yeah.
So there you go. The links are now in Twitch and YouTube. Benny shared that for you all. Make sure you go click on it. You can go buy your tickets for FarmCon now. Thanks for sharing that link. All right, so... Maybe...
Is it?
Maybe, just maybe, the moment that everyone has been waiting for now. So let's keep it on the scene and talk for the next 30 minutes first. No. Could you
First
imagine?
of all, I want to mention, I was not expecting people getting that crazy about precision farming, but as we posted the news last week, precision farming coming back, yeah, and it's next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ja, müsste sein.
Crazy, and we're like, okay, now I start Farming Simulator 25, and now it's actual time to start again, and yeah, I really love to see this. So we have new features in the 3.0 version this time, because we made some additions by Stefan. Yeah, we want to show you some of them today in this stream. But first of all, Kermit, maybe wrap up what is precision farming and why are people so crazy about it or really want to see it in their game as a mod.
I really like, since you're newer to the company, I love that you were surprised by how the community reacted. It isn't a surprise to me, because ever since it was added in Farming Simulator 19, I remember when precision farming first came out. It was later on in the life cycle of Farming Simulator 19 that precision farming first made its debut in the series. And I remember adding it to my save, and I would consider myself, before I started at Giants, my playstyle was very casual. Now that I work at the company, I tried to vary what I'm doing so that I learn as much about the game as I can, for purposes of being knowledgeable about it. But I remember, like, when I added it in Farm Sim 19, I thought, like, this isn't going to be a mod for me because it's going to make the game more difficult. It really doesn't. It adds more realism to the game, but it really simplifies a lot of processes in the game. So this is mimicking like real life technology. Like agriculture is at the forefront really of like advancements in technology. And as time goes on, they're trying to be, they're trying to make farming more sustainable, to be better for the environment. And precision farming is a huge part of that. So to put it like Too Long Didn't Read, you get readings of the soil on your fields. From soil samples, it tells you kind of what you need as far as nitrogen levels, etc. Fertilizer, of course, but also you want to try to be encouraged to use catch crops, which is like a green fertilizer. There's so many other things that I'm forgetting to mention as well, but to put it easily, that's kind of how to wrap it up. And I think it's really cool that in Precision Farming 3.0, you're going to get arguably, probably not even arguably, it is going to be the most complete version of precision farming because of the new features that we're going to add. So should we just go ahead and show those at this point? That's what everyone wants to see,
go.
right?
I would like to see more. Everyone is waiting for it.
So first, tram lines. And of course, there is a blog out already on Farming Simulator about precision farming. Go check
And
that
we have
out.
this watermark here.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, exclusive preview. So, with the tram lines here, a frequently requested feature that's now been added into the game. So you're going to see here that you go into the game. You can see that the soil samples have already been made. And now you go in, you can click on the map itself for the field that you want to create tram lines. What they're doing now is picking the width of their sprayer. So you're going to want to make that match the width of your sprayer.
meinte ich.
And then as you plant your crop, you won't see it immediately because it's not going to be until the crops grow, but you'll see the tram lines. And as the video goes on here, maybe we can even like kind of skim ahead. Now the crop is going to grow here in a second.
One thing, I got told that even when you cultivate the field and you start seeding, then the seeder knows where the tram lines will appear or should appear. So this will also be.
That's when you want to do it. You want to activate it as you're planting it. You're right. You're not going to like visually see it really until the crop grows. But now you see the tram lines are in place. And this is, of course, a heavily requested feature. It mimics real-life farming again. These tram lines are very important for farmers to be able to get in after the crop starts growing, not drive over their crops, and be able to get in and spray the fields. You can also see like the pulse width modulation kind of behind the machine at the moment as well, and we'll explain that here in a moment. But yeah, the new tram lines, create them from the map screen, and then you'll have them on your field when it's ready to spray.
Ja, guck, das habe ich mir gedacht. Das sind dann genau die.
Includes tram lines. It helps you plant like a pro, guiding your machinery along the same path each time for cleaner fields and healthier crops. And the AI fields will have tram lines on them as well.
Das sieht nur noch ein bisschen seltsam aus bei der Spritze jetzt, dass es da so komisch unregelmäßig rauskommt irgendwie.
And now you can see it. Now you can see the pulse width modulation. So if you go back on the field, the system knows that it's already sprayed on this part. This was something to mention here. And something for the tram lines as well. You have the GPS system integrated into those. Now in this footage, our colleague drove on this tram lines. You can use it like this, or you can use those tram lines with the GPS feature that came out with 25.
So we just had a question, and maybe you missed it a second ago, but someone in chat asked, like, do you pick it based off of the sprayer or the planter? You pick it off the sprayer in the menu.
Da, also das ging 12, 15.
Do you pick it based off of
Das schaue ich jetzt mal. So, known. Keine Fahrgassen.
Sprayer or the planter, you pick it off
15, 18 Meter. Bei 15 statt ist 15, 18, dann 20, 21, 24, 27, 28. Okay, müsste eigentlich auch noch auf 30 und auf 36 dann gehen. Weil das auch noch typische Breiten sind so.
And that will transition into our next clip, because what you were seeing there was pulse width modulation. It's a fancy name for sprayers that can adjust output on instead of just blasting fertilizer nonstop. PWM lets each nozzle do its own thing, pushing out just the right amount depending on your speed or the turns you're making. This means less waste and better coverage. On top of that, what we're going to show you in this clip is automatic as well. So your machines will now switch each individual part on or off as needed. We're going to be spraying weeds here with herbicides.
Ich habe mich gerade gewundert, dass ich mich doppelt höre.
Or missing spots. It's cleaner, smarter, better for the environment. So let me just kind of skip slightly ahead here, but you can kind of see this now, this automatic section control where it's just putting out herbicide.
Ja, okay.
Needed. You can kind of see some of those
das ist dann wirklich bei allen wird das sozusagen verbaut.
So yeah, another cool feature that's been added into Precision Farming 3.0. And I think it's really cool as well to say that there is an attachment, including in Precision Farming 3.0, that will allow you to use any sprayer in the game and still have this feature enabled on it. So even if the sprayer itself doesn't have built-in automatic section control, you can add this attachment to any sprayer and it'll make it work the same way. So you can still use your favorite sprayers in the game or potentially even a modded one.
Ja, aber freuen tue ich mich jetzt trotzdem noch, wenn dann wieder Proceed rauskommt.
So, yeah, really cool stuff there. And then, Benny, do you have, I feel like I hogged all of that one. Do you have anything?
Weil man dann eben die Fahrgasse manuell anlegen kann.
Yeah, I don't know. We just had the meeting where everything got described to us as a marketing team, and we learned about all these functions of pulse-width modulation and.
Aber dann müsste ja eigentlich das Ganze auch für die Konsolen verfügbar sein. Das heißt, Konsolenspieler könnten dann erstmals mit Fahrgassen arbeiten, wenn mich jetzt nicht alles täuscht, oder? Ist das so? Das wäre natürlich für die Leute richtig schick dann, ne? Die auf der Konsole spielen.
I know tramlines are actually easy to understand, but yeah, I really like to see those realism coming into our game, and I know we have a lot of community out there playing very realistic, and I would say this is something when it comes to fertilization and spraying and stuff like that.
Dass die Qualität übrigens so schlecht ist, liegt nicht an mir, sondern an dem Stream schon direkt von denen.
Even the animations are really cool if you understand what's really happening, and that yeah, you have different options now to play the game like this.
Yep. All right. Now one last clip that we have to show you guys, and
subsidies, right?
Yeah, we're gonna show you guys subsidies. Do you want to say a little bit about that, Benny?
So subsidies is something, some effort you can now get. On this video we can see how oil radish is getting seeded into the ground, because this is like a catch crop you want to seed before winter, and this brings a better, I don't know if I get this together, but this gives you an advantage on your crop, and it's like better for the environment to have this catch crop on your field. So I'm not directly from agri-tech.
One of the things we heard, like feedback that we heard in past versions of precision farming, is part of the.
Wait, no, you see it.
Yeah. So let's rewind, and I'm going to pause it there, and then we'll explain that in a second.
Yeah.
But one of the, like we just said it when we were talking, like what is precision farming? Like the main effort of precision farming is to make things more sustainable, to be better for the environment, to also save you money and resources, so you're not wasting your materials like herbicide, fertilizer, etc. But also like to encourage using oilseed radish and other green fertilizers. So we heard feedback from the players like, yeah, it's cool that it's built in, like that oilseed radish is something you should do, but there's not really an incentive for us to plant it. So I'm still going to do farming, but I'm not going to bother with oilseed radish. So now what you have here is an incentive to plant oilseed radish on your fields, and this mimics real life agriculture all over the world, where the government gives subsidies. I think this is a thing in Germany, especially if you use these green fertilizers, that you get a little bit of money each year for using that. So you're seeing now, sped up time, we get to February, whenever you get to February every year.
Ja gut, ist nicht viel, ne, aber kommt wahrscheinlich drauf an, wie viele Felder man denn damit ansät, ne. Wenn du jetzt alle Felder damit vollknallst mit Ölrettich, dürfte das schon in die Tausende reingehen, würde ich behaupten.
Yeah, giving you subsidies for those actions, because you're saving a lot of those grounds and make it more environmentally. And so this is something, this just come together when agriculture meets like the realism, and we want to show in our game. And with the subsidies, we can give you like an effort when you do it like this. So
right. And of course, like all of the features from the previous versions of precision farming are returning, so those aren't going away. You just have these new additions that we just mentioned. So pulse width modulation, automatic section control as well. You've got new machines, of course.
Yeah.
You've got the subsidies and also the tram lines as well. So and it's not too far away. Just about over a week away, May 8th is when Precision Farming 3.0.
Ja, das ist nicht mehr lange hin, ne?
we're really excited
And
for
if
it.
you, yeah, sorry,
Go ahead, Vinny.
go ahead. Yeah, if you never checked out how it works, it's just in the mod hub. You can download it for free. So this is content we deliver to you guys out there for free. And with the 3.0, we had those additions. That's really cool to see, like a converted system growing more and more. Yeah.
Ja.
And I really can say to you guys, Stefan, who worked on this, he's really into this topic, and so he wants to create more and more things about precision farming.
Der Stefan, der macht viel da. Das ist echt krass.
So we've had a question, will we only get subsidies only for oilseed radish? Yeah, because it's the only like catch crop, the only green fertilizer that we have in the game. So it's only going to be for oilseed radish.
Genau.
Because if you're using, planting any other crop, then you're not getting that fertilizer bonus. The point in planting oilseed radish is then to cultivate it. And
Was man natürlich machen könnte, man baut sich eine neue Frucht ein, so eine Art Blühstreifen und macht das Ganze, richtet das dafür auch nochmal ein. Oder man nimmt Raps oder Sonnenblumen oder so und grubbert die halt unter dann.
And we're to the community artwork section.
Yeah, this is a section where we asked you out there to provide us some cool screenshots you made in the game, some artworks, or I don't know, real-life farming stuff. And we really appreciate to see all those things in the media section every day on our Discord. There are a lot of people sharing their, I don't know, their actual work on the fields, but also their field work in our game, their screenshots, and there are a lot of...
Da habe ich mal ein richtig schönes Bild gemacht im Spiel, so mit dem Nebel unter so einer Brücke.
So maybe for the future as well, you can always go on to our
Ich kann mal schauen, ob ich das finde.
/Giant Software, and then yeah, feel free to share something in the media section. People are discussing those things. People really appreciate very beautiful pictures, and we want to do this as well here in our community stream.
All right, so here
Hier
we
habe
go.
ich's nicht.
Let's show them off. Do you have the names of each person by chance?
Yeah, I have them. Let me look them up. So this is these are some pictures of a mapper. He's creating a forestry map, and I don't know when. I think he's German.
Nee, habe ich jetzt hier nicht drauf.
Shared them in the German section, and I was like, oh, this forest looking very beautiful, very natural, and it reminds me of forest in Germany. I don't know why. Maybe he want to hit this target, but let me check his name again. His name is Merlin, and yeah. It's his forestry map, and I think we have a second picture here as well.
Oh, mit der Pfütze da auch.
Das
sieht auch gut aus.
Yeah.
I don't know,
cool.
the scenery is just beautiful.
Ja.
Yeah, I think we
So
have
I don't
at
know
least
about
one,
the
maybe
status
Boah,
two
das
of
sieht
them.
gut aus.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's
Ja gut, das ist...
the ones from Merlin.
Yeah,
so
those
thanks,
three.
Merlin, for those. So just to kind of reiterate what Benny's already said, we are going to have a section on the Discord. It's called Streams. You can submit your art. You can submit questions there. But just keep in mind that this section, like your access to it, will kind of come and go. It won't be open all the time, at least as we're testing things out. So about a week before each stream or so, we'll reopen it. You can go in and submit your stuff, and you might make it on the stream. So who do we have next? I think we have a real life picture here next.
Oh, this is a real life picture. Yeah. It's from just Jay.
Ja, wenn
And he
das
told
nicht
us
echt
he's
wäre,
getting ready
wäre
to
krass.
seedbed prep before corn. I think
Okay.
this was earlier this year. As you can see, the trees here in Germany. I think he's
Right.
from Germany or from the EU. Maybe we need a GeoGuessr Pro.
Well, I
Find
see
out
that
where-
sign.
Da
says
würde ich
Land
ihn
word
kennen.
something, so it's definitely a German-speaking country somewhere.
Okay,
So good
but
call.
I really love to see this big beast here, and yeah, double tires, crazy. Yeah, really
Oh ja,
appreciate the
ja,
thing. Thank
so
you.
was in der
And now
Art
back
auch.
to the game, we have
Halt
someone,
nicht mit dem
on
Reiter, ne,
board
aber so vom
hanging out.
Sunlight
He's
her.
called Ollie. He shared this picture in the media section, and I just like to see the sunset, and that, I don't know, gave me this roleplay idea of the game. We know
Right.
we have a lot of roleplay community as well, but this guy just riding on his horse, I don't know, from one village to the other, and just enjoying the view.
Alter, ja doch, das ist richtig gut geworden.
Okay, back to real life now. We have another real life picture here. Except we got a Massey Ferguson. That's going to make our moderator Hendrik in chat happy to see that. Who's this
Yeah,
one from?
I don't know.
Mit
this
einer
picture is
Pöttinger
from G.
Mehlkombi.
His
Okay.
name is just G. ...
Gut, aber das ist jetzt
So yeah, you
alles.
shared some pictures and yeah.
Die
we
machen
just
jetzt
want
halt
to
ein
share
bisschen
you
mehr
guys,
Event aus
that our
etwas, was
community
gar
is
nicht so
like
Event ist, so für mich zumindest
variant
jetzt
in
so.
those things. We
Ich
have a
weiß
lot
nicht,
of
wie ihr das
people
seht,
working
könnt ihr gerne mal
agriculture and showing
in
their
den
posts
Chat
and
schreiben. Ich wollte gerade schon
I
sagen,
don't
in die
know, I
Kommentare
really
schreiben.
appreciate to
Also wenn
see
ihr das hier hinterher seht, auch
those
gerne, aber
different point of views of agriculture
könnt ihr
and,
gerne mal in Chat
yeah,
schreiben.
the link to our game. I don't know.
I
Naja.
agree with you. So I saw in chat as actually someone that submitted some photos. FS22 _ FS25 fan. Thank you for submitting your photos, by the way. As we were preparing for the stream, we realized that they weren't going to fit because they were in portrait mode. So we ended up not being able to use them today, but maybe we can get them into a future stream as well. We're kind of like learning as we go with this first one, and as we go forward, we figure out how to better manage the workflow and make things work better. I saw a suggestion that maybe we show the photos in full screen next time, so we'll see how it goes and kind of prepare from there. But that was awesome. Thanks everyone for sharing your photos, and we're also going to share your questions later on towards the end of the stream as well that were submitted in that same Discord section.
Na, mal schauen, wie lange das noch geht.
So now, reminder again that unfortunately this is only for users on Twitch. Feel free to participate on YouTube if you just want to be first to guess it, and you can brag from your friends, but we're only going to be able to do the giveaways for people that are live on Twitch. So we have to be able to DM.
Okay, dann gehen wir einmal bei Twitch rein.
The option to access your DMs enabled, or DM the Giant Software channel. Let me scoot out of the way here and say hey, and feel free to shout it out as soon as you think you have whispers enabled. You need the model, the make and model. So
Ja.
we've had some people say Fent 6 already. Some people are saying Deutz. Make sure you're also saying the model.
There is it, Marv? Is it Marv?
Oh Gott.
Did someone say it? Yeah, Marv. I see
Yeah,
Marv
I think so.
2301. I think that's the first one, and wow, he got that exactly. He got the TTV in there and everything.
Got it very fast. It's still pixelated.
So,
Very
yeah.
good, Marv. So you won the first Nextset key.
Congrats, Marv. Do you want to go ahead and try to send him a DM now?
Ja, okay,
or
jetzt
at
sieht
I
man
will
das, ja.
whisper him now and send you the
Perfect.
key tomorrow. Perfect.
Cool.
Let
So
me
now
check.
let's, while Benny's taking care of that, we'll move on to the second one. Again,
Ich dachte
first
jetzt, das
guess
wäre der alte
on
Deutz.
Twitch wins. It's an Nextset key again for this one, right, Benny? Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Come on, guys. This is probably the easiest one of the pick.
Hä?
Let's
Was
see
soll
who
das
can
denn
get it
sein?
first.
Ach, das ist kein Fahrzeug.
All right, I think Agrar fan, that's a tough one. I think Agrar fan, I'm going to give it to you because you said multi-pack. King Master did say Arcusin stackers, so maybe we give them both one. I don't know. I feel like both of those are good answers. And
das
that
ist
one was
dieses-
really quick. I'm not
dieser
surprised that you guys got that
Ballenwagen,
fast.
glaub
There's
ich, der
nothing
3
else in the game that is
Baderbein
like
immer
that.
transportieren
So
kann,
why
ne?
not? Let's send a Nextset key both to King Master 11B and
So.
Agrar fan LP for their guesses. I will.
Yeah,
allow
we'll
both of
sort
those.
those things out
Ja, okay, ja.
tomorrow
Perfect.
because
Ja,
I
ja.
want to contact the first one, but I think the DMs weren't open. So
Und jedem
Perfect.
den,
We'll
nee.
see.
but we have the VOD as well, so we will reach out to you. Yeah, make sure that your whisper's on.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's go
So, mal
now
schauen.
to the third one. Again, first answer on Twitch. This is what are we giving away for this one? Something different, right?
Year 1 season pass, so
Oha.
there's
You really want
more
this one, then.
included.
Here we go.
Na,
What is it? Who thinks they know?
Oh, they're spamming.
Oh, they've got it. It looks like the real LSG TV got it correct already. The Class Lexion 6900. Holy cow, that was fast.
GG.
Canis, you were close.
Okay,
You're on the right track, just not the right model number. So good job on your side as well.
Next time will be harder. I will tell this Walker, our guy who's created those videos, next time will be way more
Ja, ich
hard.
wusste nicht mehr die Nummer genau.
Not bad. I wasn't that fast.
Und ich musste auch erstmal hier folgen jetzt,
Yeah, well done,
um überhaupt was
everyone.
schreiben zu können.
That is a really fun segment, but you guys are way too good at it. So yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that one and try to make it a little bit more difficult for you all next time. That was a lot of fun, though. I was really looking forward to seeing how this one played out as we got to do it for the first time on the stream.
Hey, Ferguson.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now.
wait, that one guy just wrote in the chat, yeah, just open it, I will contact you tomorrow via the Giant Software account and all the other people too. And then you can tell me which platform suits you the best, and then you'll get your keys.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, so
Ja, das war's dann wahrscheinlich schon wieder.
this is going to be tough for them to see. I'm going to try to scoot out of the way, but now we're going on to our next segment, and we're going to talk about something that Benny and I have been working on behind the scenes for
Ja, komm, schauen
quite
wir
a
hier
while.
einfach
Pretty
weiter.
much since you joined the company, this has been in the works.
Right.
Macht ja jetzt
Because it's
auch
something that over
keinen
the
Unterschied
years
im
we've been
Prinzip.
wanting to do, and now finally got the opportunity to get to work on it. So introducing this
ja.
vlog just went live at the beginning of the stream, so maybe you've not even seen it yet. But we want to introduce the Community Cultivators program. So you may be familiar already with the Ambassador program. This program will replace the Ambassador program, and it's going to do similar things, but also some different ones as well. So let me kind of scroll this up to where we're not blocking it now. So getting closer to giants, let's do it. We're excited to introduce the Community Cultivators, a fresh initiative to strengthen connections between farming simulator fans and us. Cultivators will serve as key links between international communities, regional fans, and us. They replace the previous Ambassadors program with a new and improved structure. So what do cultivators do? They work closely with the Giant Software community team. That's us. That's these two guys right here. Gather and share community feedback, organize local events and opportunities, strengthen the connection between players and Giant Software. Benny, do you want to go over the who can apply section?
Who can apply? Yeah, no, I just posted the links in the chat
Perfect.
as well. So you have to be 80 years plus, in the US should be 21 plus, proficiency in English and your native language, because you will be like a bridge between us as a community team and your regional area. I don't know if this is, Brazil, or is it Canada, whatever. This should be something that you're able to speak English, to have conversations with me or Kermit, and as well your language, because you want to be part of this community, right? And yeah, passion for farming simulator should be included, because we want to see people
Wäre auch
helping
seltsam, wenn nicht, ne?
community management and organizing things that you're passionate about the game. That's truly something that should be in. And recognized in the active community. So this is something we want to offer this like for everyone, but it should be something that you are a known person or you're an active person. So feel free to apply if you're not, but we're looking for people that are, I don't know,
Making a big impact,
seen in the
basically.
community. Yeah,
Right.
made an
Yeah.
impact. Yeah.
Like that'll go a long way.
And-
Definitely, if you're going to apply, like make sure you mention like what it is you're doing that you feel is unique with the community, what you're doing is
Right.
making an impact, because that's who we want in these roles.
Yeah, and then different stuff: organized, responsive, reliable. Yeah, no required reach. This is like for everyone. You don't have to own like a YouTube channel with 50K followers or something. Feel free to apply if you're just very into farming simulator, you're an organized type of person, I don't know, and you feel like you want to bring your community together, bring your community actually in the point of view of our sides, and ability to travel within your country. This will be something for later. We can talk about this, but this is a plus as well. Yeah, benefits.
Yeah, so benefits: as a community cultivator, you'll enjoy exclusive perks, including opportunities to host your own events.
Warte.
And not every cultivator will necessarily be required to do this, but at least one person in each country. We're looking for a cultivator that can help us organize community events. Like we're gonna help you. We're going to assist along the way, but it really will be up to you to set these things up, find a venue, get the people invited,
Ja, aber
create these
verstehe ich
different
jetzt nicht so
things,
ganz, was
and depending on
man
how
das
many
bringen
people you
soll,
get
aber gut.
involved, like there might be some different assistance that you get from us, but we have a little kit that we'll send out as well, depending on how many people you got showing up with, like a banner, things like that we've been talking about. So that one is just part of the program, but invitations to events in the future, like FarmCon as well, is another benefit. Direct Discord access to us, again, these two guys, the Giant Software community team. You'll get a custom cultivator shirt as well, a regular exchange with us. So direct access, of course, means like and there'll be a section for everyone to join, but you'll also get regular talks from us, maybe in an individual or group setting. I don't think we've quite nailed down exactly how we're going to do this or how frequent it'll be, but basically we want to gather more with people. We want to have conversations with you and not just be there for you when you have an issue, but also talk to you about things upcoming and how you're doing, just like kind of catching up and chatting and making you feel more connected to us, because I think that's where we felt like the ambassador program started to kind of not be as effective, because we weren't directly communicating with people in this manner. So we wanted to be an open communication chain, and we really want to build a relationship with everyone so that we're all moving in the same direction, basically. Recognition in official farming simulator channels, early access to upcoming information and content. If you're a Giants partner, bronze or above, you're kind of already used to what this is, but you might get, like we just put the precision farming blog out recently. You would have gotten that in advance and had that information so that you can prepare yourself to communicate it basically to your community, however you do that. Get close collaboration with us and ongoing farming with us kind of ties into those other things. You would have gotten that in advance and had that information so that you can prepare yourself to communicate it basically to your community, however you do that. Close collaboration with us and ongoing support with us kind of ties into those other things we were saying as well. So we don't really have to talk about the Join the Cultivators program, because we've already talked about that. Definitely go to our website and click that link if you'd like to apply. But Benny, can you tell us a little bit about the Barnyard meetups, because you did a lot of effort on a trial program that we did for this that just took place.
That's right. Yeah, the Barnyard meetups are kind of a hard thing of the Cultivators program, because we want to bring together those people playing Farming Simulator in like a different space and bring all together like in a bar or I don't know, a meetup when we have a big event, and this is something we want to push in regional departments. So if you're like to maybe apply to a cultivators program, you want to be a very important part of your community in your region, then this is something we're looking forward to, that you can create your own barnyard meetups. And there comes the point where Giant Software will support your efforts, will help you. And we already made one barnyard meetup as a test run in France and Rennes. We will come to this later. And there a lot of people came together, talked to each other, had a good time in a bar, having some drinks, some food. And this is something we want to push for other countries and other regions as well. So if you're a cultivator and you're able to travel, you're able to organize some meetups, this will be something very cool to do on your own with the help of Giant Software, with the help of our community team. And yeah, this is just a sample here. We will provide you assets, we will help you to promote your event. But in the end, this is something from the cultivator to his community. So we don't want to be included anywhere here, but this is an option you can do if you're a cultivator and you applied for this. So press the apply button, check it out. If you feel like, oh, I want to do more, I want to make a difference in the community, I want to make a difference in my regional part of the world, then apply and we will have a chat.
So I've seen a couple of comments and questions as we've been talking about all of this made. One of them from Jos over on YouTube said, how many per country? We don't have like a specific number, that we're going to do it like on a case-by-case basis. So for us, obviously the larger the country, the more people generally you're going to need, but it's also going to come down to how many applicants we have for each country. And if we end up getting like 3 really strong applicants for like a smaller country, it's going to be up to us to decide like how do we pick now. Maybe they each three make a different type of impact and we choose all three of them. We don't quite know how it's going to work out. So apply. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I saw someone say K-State 12 over on Twitch.
Also kann man auch vom Nordpol
I live in Thailand
mitmachen.
now, but I'm from the US, so I'll definitely look into this. Like that is definitely apply, please. That sounds like a great
Kann man sich
opportunity
hier
as
auch
well,
irgendwo
because we know
eigentlich
you speak English and you're in an area that we don't
deutschen
have a lot of
Untertitel
support
hier
for
anmachen,
at the
oder
moment.
was?
So
Right.
yeah, it's going to be a case-by-case basis as we go along, and we'll accept as many as we feel are necessary
Ah,
for
nee.
each country. But we also will make sure that for every location,
Geht
we
nur
try to find
Englisch.
someone that can help
Ja,
us
gut.
with these barnyard meetups
Voilà.
that we just talked about as well, because it is a big part of this new cultivator program. But if you're not someone that wants to help organize these meetups, please still apply, because if you make an impact, then you might be chosen anyways, and then we'll just pick someone else out that can do the barnyard meetups, because we know not all of you
Right.
have the same amount of free time you can devote to planning and things like that. Benny, you mentioned it. Here's a photo from that meetup in France. So do you want to talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, first big shout outs to Bruno. He's a well-known creator from France, and he organized the first barnyard meetup in France in Rennes. And yeah, this is a picture from this event. So this could be your event in whatever, Thailand, Norwegia, Netherlands, wherever. Just get together, get some drinks, even if you're just only 8 or 10 people. Just enjoy a good evening together, talking about Farming Simulator, exchange ideas, making a pub quiz, whatever. So we just want to support this and looking forward to your applications. Yes. Perfect. And yeah, press the apply button, then you will getting to a Google form, and there you can just put your all informations in there, submit it, and we will receive it and check it in the next weeks.
So before we move on to the next segment, someone said it would be nice if you guys would do a FarmCon in the UK one day. Well, just come to Llama next time if we're there. Like we talked about that at the beginning. Llama is like a huge event for the English-speaking community. It's in Birmingham. We've been there the last 2 years. I don't know for sure if we'll be back again next year, but it's highly likely because the event has been really successful. We've enjoyed our efforts there. So yeah, looking forward to that. All right, so we're going to do now a mod spotlight, but I've had the game up and running this whole time, Benny, and it's now dark in the game, so I'm trying to speed time up so that we can show our map. So now, shout out again to our QA team, specifically Marcel. He has helped us pick out a map and a few different mods as well that we're going to feature. And this segment going forward, Benny, will be something where we, okay, I've got daylight. Let me slow down the time a little bit.
Yes,
7 a.m.
This is a section for the stream where we want to show or recommend some mods, or just switch to German, where we just want to recommend some maps. And this is Rottumer Island. Maybe one or two of you have already played the map. It's located
Hat
in the
auch
Netherlands,
was, ne?
and it's on an island, like the name says. And
So vom Ersteindruck
we
her,
found
ne?
this is like
So hier mit dem
very
Nebel,
cool
hier mit diesen
scenery,
Wassergräben.
and want to give a shout out
Mit
to the
diesem,
mapper.
ja, schon
Let me
fast
check
wie
his
so eine
name
Art Knick,
again.
ne? So zwischen den Feldern.
So we can give the shout out too, and I have all my informations about the map here. Yeah, mapper is Manux mapping. I think it's his. He just published one map here, but this is Rottumer
Muss ich gleich auch
Island,
nochmal
and
schauen,
it has,
wie genau jetzt der Name der Map war.
some of other mods to
Aber die schaue
play
ich
the
mir dann
map,
mal an.
but you have options for 4 farms to start, and he made the map like very easy to create your own idea of the map and how you want to play the map.
And most
He
importantly, he
also-
put a classic
Sick.
Dutch windmill in the Dutch map. You got to have that.
Obviously, and the map is for everyone, like for consoles and PC, Mac, PS4, Xbox Series X. This was something we want to mention here because sometimes there
Das
are
scheint
only
doch eine
maps
deutsche
just
Karte
for
zu
PC
sein, ne?
players, but this map is available for everyone in the mod hub.
Oh.
And yeah, Kermit will just fly over it, and I will look up some more informations. But yeah, you have dairy farms, 3 of ones, arable farms 1, farmhouse, greenhouses, small contractor yards in the main town, different things. You can put together fields, you can start with your farm, create your own space, and yeah, in the end, I really appreciate the setting and the idea of the map. And you have all those canals and small rivers to get enough water for everything, and yeah, just a wonderful map. Big shout out to you. Thanks for providing this map into our mod hub, and really appreciate it.
And I just want to say that one of our Dutch moderators and Dutch mod creator and community member, they are both giving their Dutch seal of approval on this map, saying, yep, it's very Dutch indeed. Flat with ditches everywhere. And I love how the water like looks on this map. You've got to have water incorporated into a map like this. Really cool idea to come up with like a fictional island, because yeah, a lot of the Netherlands was reclaimed from the sea at one point, and that's kind of what Marmux has come up with for this map as well. So really cool to see. You got the lighthouse over here. So yeah, that's just a few of them, or just a bit of the map. Now I think what I'll do is pop over here into the shop window, because Marcel selected a few other ones as well. So maybe we'll start with this case CX350D. What can you tell me about this, Benny?
Yeah, he told us have a look to those excavators, because they're like the big thing right now. And he talked to me and he was like, yeah, they're getting kind of popular. And there we have is it the case? Yeah, the case.
This one's so large, by the way, that like the boom doesn't like quite fit in the building. Like, look at that.
Yeah, and we just want to highlight
Map
those
von Yogi und Yoki sein, dann nordfriesisches Land? Nee, ne?
960 as
Weil
well
da
from
ja
Kenny.
viel
And
mit
this one is
Wasser und
also from
sowas
Kenny
ist,
4,
ne?
5, 6. And yeah, really appreciate his work and want to show
Deswegen
you if you want to do some
dachte ich
forestry.
mir nämlich gerade eben.
Yeah, try those machines out, and yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Oha.
All right, what about the hand liftable consumables? So this one I think is pretty neat, because it's giving you the option to be able to carry these things by hand. Now, like, of course, if you have a whole lot of cattle, then you're going to need a whole lot of these bags, right? But it's really cool to be able to pick them up by hand. You can order up to 20 at a time and just kind of show off, you know, some of them. There's even like down here, there's a canister with DEF, a barrel with diesel as well. All of these can be picked up by hand in the game, which is especially huge on console.
Schick.
And yeah, so you see the different things: road salt, lime, fertilizer,
Lizard
all of the stuff you're going to need. Basically, you can choose to play it this way as well, and just add a little bit of realism into how you're playing the game, right?
Canister with diesel.
Up. Okay, and then we've got the Lizard AgriFlex SPB baler.
Yeah, I've had some bullet points here. It's a prime example of how Lizard can be used and debrand and get creative with all those machines. I mean, especially you can have a lot of specifications here, and you can use different colors on it. Yeah, I think he did a great job. It's from BB Mods, sorry, and it's something new, and modders did a great job by adding a ton of the functionality to the model. So I really appreciate that. Something you have to check out.
DJ Goham was happy in YouTube chat to see that one in there. And then we've got the TLX Phoenix Semi Truck, which is by 82 Studios. Like, if you play Farm Sim, especially if you're an American player, you know 82 Studios mods. This is just one of them. He's got
das sind alles noch Fahrzeuge, die brauche ich halt nicht unbedingt im Spiel.
Of course, here in America, we like to have this huge front.
Ich halte das Ganze alles immer gerne europäisch bis deutsch, bis norddeutsch.
One of those American style semi-trucks. Nothing beats it when it comes to visuals. And of course, I've not even been showing you guys some of the options you have over here, but this is something that 82
Chicken lights.
Vehicles where everything is highly customizable. You can do the grill individually, the air filters and the exhaust, the visors.
That's cool.
Several things. Of course, the colors are all there too, so you can go crazy picking whatever color you want. Lots of customization options there. So that one's pretty darn cool. We had to share that one as well. And then I think that was it, right? Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, right.
That was all of them. So yeah.
This was the new section, and we need some jingles. This was a new section, Mod Spotlight. I know there are a lot of creators out there checking all new mods out, but we want to highlight some of those that we really appreciate, or our QA team really appreciates. And this was 5 out of 2000s, nearly 2000s.
So, sorry, Leute.
Yeah, great stuff from all of them. Thank you, Marcel, for suggesting which ones we were going to highlight as well. Marcel from our QA Mod Hub team, of course. If you're a Farming Simulator fan, you know the guy's name already at this point. So thanks for the help on that. Yeah, it's something that I think it's important for us. Going back to what we just talked about with cultivators, right? Like, cultivators program is not just for content creators, by the way, and I want to point that out. Like, we really specifically, like, the ambassador program was not all content creators either, but it was highly skewed towards them. And of course, the cultivator program will still feature some content creators, but it's important for us to not just always focus on them. We want to bring a focus to every part of the community, modders, especially. Like, what you do for Farming Simulator is probably, not even arguably, the most important role in the community. You know, keeping those mods coming out, keeping the game fresh, is really something that we appreciate at Giants. We see comments sometimes like, Giants doesn't like the modders. That couldn't be farther from the truth. We love the modders. They make the game what it is. They make it a better game. And at the end of the day, we want to see you succeed as a modder. We want to see you grow as a modder. And we want to connect with people more as well. So that mod spotlight, just a way for us to show off some of the great mods out of the thousands that are out there. There's plenty of awesome stuff that will never even make it on stream because it's just a small sample. So if you don't see your mod on a stream, don't worry. That doesn't necessarily mean that your mod's not great. It's just that we have limited time here, but we want to put that spotlight on them. Okay, so you see on screen already now that it's now time for your questions. And this is another thing that came from Discord. Okay. And if we have time as well, we might answer a couple of questions towards the end from chat, but we're already running over on the stream as is. Which isn't too bad of a problem. So
I have a first question for you, Kurt.
Go for it. All right.
Maybe start with this. Oh, my stomach is already hungry. Franz asked, what FS sim game is the best for you? Do you have an answer of this? That's a good question.
Man, that it depends on which version of Kermit you're asking. Are you asking Kermit like the Farming Simulator player and fan, or are you talking to Kermit, the Giants employee? Because for me,
I'm asking the fan.
The fan, I have to say, Farm Sim 17, because it was my first one. Nothing beats your first. It changed my life. Like, quite literally, I'm sitting here now because I gave that game a chance. I've been a fan of simulation games my entire life, but for some reason, Farming Simulator was one that I never tried. It was always in the back of my mind, like, hey, I should try that game. And then one of my friends suggested, hey, I was streaming the truck sim games back in my days of being a content creator, and they were like, hey, have you ever played Farm Sim?
Also ich persönlich muss sagen, für mich war der LS19 so der beste Teil bisher. Also klar, der LS25 ist auch richtig, richtig geil, ne? Und ich mag diese ganzen Realismus-Features. Mit dem LS17 habe ich nämlich auch angefangen. Also eigentlich relativ spät, könnte man sagen, aber so alt bin ich auch noch gar nicht, deswegen. Aber der 19er, der war schon super.
We had another question from Suni, who says, will other new types of crops and or animals be added to Farming Simulator 25 in the future? So unfortunately, usually with questions like this, if it's not already public knowledge on a blog or elsewhere,
es soll ja ein DLC mit einer Map kommen. Und da werden auch neue Früchte dabei sein. Sehr höchstwahrscheinlich.
There's always an expansion, it's a map, but typically new crops are added.
Sag ich doch.
The likelihood is pretty high that you'll see new crops.
War nämlich mit der Zlonka am LS21 auch so.
A core feature of it, so you never know what you're going to see until you get there. But we can't say anything specific at this time, sorry. What's the next question?
Aber wissen tun sie es.
It was from Gwen Ghost.
Okay.
And he asked, what kind of vehicles do you like better, American or EU?
Ooh.
So for me, it's easy because in Germany we have so many very cool vehicle types and stuff like that. So for me, it's EU. but I can really appreciate those big machines as well from the US, and I really like to see all those different things. And even if you're on an agriculture fair, you can really experience everything. I would say one of my favorites is the Valtra, the new series. But in the end, I also really love to see those easy key things when they came to the game, harvesting, planting rice. These were cool new things, and I really like to see them too. But how about you?
Yeah, I think that, like, I just like the machines. Like, I don't really care. I know that some of our players, they want to play, like, specifically to the region they're from, so they get equipment from there. They play on a map that represents their area. That's fine. But for me, especially now working at the company, I just want to try out as many machines as I can on many different environments as I can, so that I can kind of absorb it all, because I just love the technology really in it. It's, for me, and I talk about this, Benny, you and I both go to trade shows and gaming conventions as well, and we have a lot of conversations with people that aren't familiar with Farming Simulator, and they kind of ask, like, you know, well, what's the point of the game? Can you explain it to me? And the way I typically like to explain it to people, if I ask them, like, well, as a kid, did you play with you know, model tractors or like cars or anything like that? Basically, for me, Farming Simulator is a video game version that transports me, like, back to that, being a kid and playing with a model tractor. And now in the game, you can see all these machines, you can walk around them, you can get in and you can actually use them, you can farm with them. So I think that that's a really cool part of it as well. So for me, it's just about the machines and the technology themselves. Okay, so no, that was everything, right? No, okay, we had Achi Mobile, who says, does precision farming now also work with all fruits, including grapes and olives? Benny, did we get an answer on that one from the developers?
They got an answer about that. It's a yes. It will work for every crop, and olives included.
Nice.
What was the other thing? Yeah, it's all included. I got an answer for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great news.
So more improvements here as well.
What a stream, Benny. Like, that, even though, like, we've gone
than
longer than we
right?
thought, it went by really fast, right? We had a lot of content in there, and as we kind of go along through these streams, you might not see
Sollen wir das so
every
gleich auch
segment,
zu Ende
like,
sein
every
dann?
single week. Like, maybe, you know, like the Japanese streamer was more of like a specific, maybe one-time thing, but we might put a spotlight on, like, some other cool creators from a different, who knows what story will come up between now and then. But then there's some mainstays, like the Guess the Machine. We're going to have that every stream, so you'll have a chance to win prizes each stream. And then, you know, we'll kind of have some of those segments that stick around each version, but then we'll have some that come and go. We won't show you next set every time, of course. We won't show you precision farming every time, but things will kind of change as we go. And if you have any feedback that you want to see a certain segment, or maybe you liked one more than another, like, definitely drop us that message about what you liked. If you have a suggestion for a cool segment, feel free to suggest that to us as well. So, yeah, having said that.
In the end, I would say this is a stream for you out there, for the community, where we put together some cool informations about the community that are relevant for you out there, like precision farming, gameplay, or other things. But we also want to celebrate the community with screenshots, with your artworks, with your barnyard meetups, whatever came up. And yeah, looking forward to the next State of the Farm stream.
Yeah, well said, Benny. And those of you who are asking questions in chat, we're not ignoring you, I promise, but I've seen a lot of questions that we can't give answers to, right? Like, when is this coming out? Will there be this added? Or you're asking technical things about converting mods or making 4X maps for console. It's important for us to point back to the Discord channel again, say, have a look on there in the future when we're getting close to the next State of the Farm stream. Drop your questions in there, and if we have time, we'll go to someone at Giants that does have the answers, similar to the precision farming question about grapes and olives. Right. We can go to someone that then has the answer, right? Like, Benny and I are busy behind the scenes doing community work, preparing the stream, all the other things that we're doing for the community. But at the end of the day, we're not coders, we're not programmers, so we need to go to them for the more technical type questions, because we don't want to share information with you that is incorrect. We want to make sure that we're being accurate along the way. So Benny, we're going to be doing streams on a more regular basis. We did the launch stream for FS25. We did the next set launch stream as well. But now we started doing
And you
the
did a
state
VR stream
we did the VR stream
as well. We had the VR
said.
stream.
Ja,
And
stimmt.
now we're doing the State of the Farm stream. And part of the reason that we decided to do this stream is to fill in the gaps when we don't have a stream about a release, right? So expect a stream every 4 to 6 weeks, give or take, probably more give
Ah, ja, gut.
on the end. It'll just depend, you know, is there a new DLC coming out that we can talk about, or a new mod, like a special one like Precision Farming that we talked about today.
Naja, ist ja im Prinzip
you know,
auch schon ja ein
it'll
Or
DLC,
is there
ne?
something that is really discussed in the community and we want to share our thoughts about it? Then we will get together for another State of the Farm. Maybe we can share a new roadmap soon or something. Then this is something for the State of the Farm streams.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to get a good communication to us out there, and hopefully you can enjoy that.
This has been an absolute awesome time. Thank you everyone on YouTube and Twitch that participated in chat as well. That's the reason that we put this stream together. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We'll be back in about 4 to 6 weeks. As I said, we can't tell you the exact date yet. Just follow us on Discord, our social media
Ja, mal
channels. As
schauen,
soon
ne?
as we can share that information with you, we will let you know. Benny, thanks so much for joining me, man. Shout out to Marcel,
Yo.
and Walker, and everyone else at Giants that helped us put this stream together. We'll see you all next time. Until then, we're going to leave you with the outro screen. Keep being awesome, y'all.
Thank you.
Ja. Das war's offensichtlich. So, ich lasse mal die Musik ein bisschen im Hintergrund laufen. Ja, also an alle Zuschauer, die jetzt noch da sind, an die 5. Vielen Dank, dass ihr auch bei mir hier vorbeigeschaut habt. Ne? Hat mich sehr gefreut. Wie gesagt, Livestreams ist nicht so ganz meins. Aber für solche Sachen finde ich das immer mal so ganz, ganz sinnvoll. Oh, jetzt sind sogar 9. Moin nochmal an die Leute. Also ist jetzt gleich leider schon vorbei, ne? Aber ihr könnt ja auf YouTube, der Livestream wird online bleiben, könnt ihr gerne nochmal von vorne anfangen zu schauen, wenn ihr irgendwas noch verpasst habt. Und könnt natürlich auch gerne einen Daumen nach oben hier da lassen, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Und ein kostenloses Abo würde mich auch sehr freuen. Ja, und ansonsten, ja, war es soweit. Was ist denn hier jetzt ein Faden? Na denn. Ja, genau, also, wir haben jetzt ein bisschen Eindrücke hier bekommen, schon mal von dem Precision Farming DLC. Ich hatte das ja schon mit den Fahrgassen so ein bisschen vermutet, ne, dass man die einfach so ein bisschen, ja, über die Karte dann anlegt oder so. So war es jetzt letztendlich auch. Aber genau. Genaueres werden wir dann nochmal da sehen. Ich werde dann nochmal ein Vorstellungsvideo machen, ein kleines, sobald das DLC dann veröffentlicht wurde. Und dann schaut da gerne auch vorbei, wenn euch das Ganze interessiert. Und ja, dann würde ich sagen, war es das soweit von mir. Und ja, dann wünsche ich euch noch einen wunderschönen Abend. Und dann sehen wir uns im nächsten Video. Macht's gut, bis dann und tschüssikowski.